These congressional Democrats, Tammy, that are talking about some kind of official delegation going to El Salvador.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of places in the United States that would like to see an official delegation of Democrat congressional members like their own districts. Cities like Los Angeles and Detroit still, certainly Baltimore, the nature of what's happening in New York. My goodness, San Francisco still. These are people who've abandoned their own neighborhoods, their own districts to policies that destroy lives every day. And the person at issue here, an alleged MS-13 gang member, is not a United States citizen. He's an El Salvadoran citizen. And they were also complaining about money, about the nature of us facilitating some of the costs to imprison these criminals, gang members, general misanthropes, repatriating them back to their own countries to be able to be imprisoned or housed, whatever those countries are going to determine to do with them, that they're complaining about the cost when they want to fly congressional members to that country to have press conferences. This is the absurdity that Americans have been facing for too long. Americans deserve representation, safe cities, the ability for their children to be safe at home, for their daughters to come home alive. It is outrageous, the concern we see for alleged gang members or men who are domestic violence perpetrators who are here illegally, who are not citizens of this nation, and that is the focus of the Democratic Party when Americans every day, and this is why Trump is the president, is because they want things to be different and to be better, and that is going to be brought by the Trump administration. So the Democrats, we see every day what their priorities are, and it's not the American people. Yeah,
well, no, and seeing Rachel Morin's mother, Patty Morin, yesterday at the White House, it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking to hear the details of her murder by an illegal alien who, by the way, has been convicted. But I want to ask you about something else that's happening at the State Department. So Secretary of State Rubio just announced that he's shutting down the department's Office for Foreign Disinformation. Now, he calls it a waste of taxpayer money, and he emphasized the necessity to protect free speech. Here's what he said. Under the previous administration, this office, which cost taxpayers more than $50 million a year, spent millions of dollars to actively silence and censor the voices of Americans they were supposed to be serving. Tammy, tell us how this all came about and what you and your team found.
You see, this is what we saw it happening during the Biden administration, so we didn't have to go looking too long for this. This was that aspect where the State Department was being used, in fact, to silence the American people. It was obscene at the time. This is, again, was a total scandal at the time, that it would be housed within the government, and it was ordered to be dismantled. But then they just moved people around and changed its name, and we still found it. $50 million a year, at the very least, was being spent on this effort, using our taxpayer dollars to silence us. So shutting it down was important. It was necessary. It's the kind of basic thing that we elected Trump to do, which is to clean up this totalitarian framework that was being designed within our own government. Our commitment is to dismantle that, is to get government back to its original framework of manifesting the freedom for the American people, getting government off our backs, recognizing the importance of every amendment, but certainly the First Amendment, and the fact that the voices of the American people, the government should be facilitating and expanding those voices, as the State Department is doing, as certainly the White House is doing. And so part of that is to make sure that we genuinely act on the elements that were created to legitimize a government involvement in eliminating our ability to be heard. The dismantling of this particular bureau was important, and we will continue to work in this regard to make sure the government, every department in this administration, through the vision and mandate of President Trump, is a reflection of what the American people want, what is best for them. It makes America great again by expanding freedom and the rights of Americans everywhere.
We're going to be watching your work, Tammy, and it's great to see you. Come back anytime.
Thank you.
All right.
It's very exciting. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Tammy Bruce, great to see you.